Howdy, welcome back to the training vlog. Man, it's been a week since I made a video. Last week was crazy. Merry post-Christmas, by the way. I hope y'all had a great Christmas. If you're new to the channel, name's Chaz. I make training vlogs about what's going on. I ride for Team Skyline, which is a UCI Continental team, and outside of that, yep, pretty much it. But yeah, I didn't make a video last week because Christmas was crazy. Like, I started making one and then I just didn't finish filming stuff because things got to brah. But that's life. That's what happens. Anyways, last week's training went okay. Just kind of talk about last week. It was my first week back on the bike for my next 3-week training block, and it was an okay week. I had a 2-day block of tempo, so Tuesday, Wednesday actually went really good. I had windups and 75-ish minutes of tempo on Tuesday. That was solid. And then Wednesday I had the Paceline Tempo on, and I ended up doing that on Zwift as well. And that actually went really good too. Both of those rides were just under 4 hours. Thursday was kind of like it was a recovery day, but it was a recovery like endurance day. Anyways, I rode 2.5 hours on Thursday, and yeah, I mean, really no complaints. But then that's where I ran into trouble last week. So on Thursday's ride, I did good on the ride. After that, my grandparents were flying into town, so I had to go down to BWI Airport to pick up my grandparents, and with doing that, traffic was outrageously horrendous. Literally, it took me 2.5 hours round trip to get down there and back, picking them up from the airport. And then that kind of left me into getting kind of a late dinner. And then of course, they're my grandparents. I haven't seen them since, when was the last time I saw them? Maybe last Christmas, a year ago, because they live in California. So I hadn't seen them for almost a year, and hung out with them in the evening, and man, that put me to bed late. I got bad sleep. On Friday, we were going out as a family to this play in the afternoon, and I had a 4-hour tempo ride set up, so I had to make sure that I got on the bike early and get that done. And I think I just didn't get enough sleep. I had late dinner, and I got on the bike, and my legs were so heavy. Like, it was terrible. I got an hour and a half in, and then I had to start my tempo workout, and as soon as I started to do tempo, legs tanked, dunzos, like no good. So that was not fun. So I botched Friday's workout, and then Saturday I redeemed myself with 5-hour endurance ride. That went smoothly, felt a lot better that day. And then Sunday was Christmas Eve, had just an hour recovery spin, super chill. And then we had Christmas. Christmas was cool. Just rested on Christmas, no riding on Christmas. Dude, I totally overate on Christmas. I had too many cookies, cheesecake, and outside of that, they had some really good food. But yeah, that was not a good day. So definitely bloated a little bit, overweight right now. I weighed 155 this morning. Say a prayer for me. Anyways, this week though, on tap, it is pretty foggy outside, and it's drizzly outside, and it just doesn't look a whole lot of fun to go ride outside. So today I'm actually gonna be doing the Paceline Tempo again on Zwift, and that'll be just under 4 hours of Zwifting. And then tomorrow I'll probably be back on the trainer because it's gonna rain tomorrow, doing endurance work. And then Thursday is gonna be a beautiful day. Get outside Thursday for an awesome tempo ride. And then yeah, so the weeks right now, I'm coming into, let's talk about my fitness really quick. If my mouse would work, I'm trying to bring this up for you. But I'm coming into today looking like about 108 CTL. So it's been a little stagnant, but you know, working on building that up. But yeah, I'm at 108 CTL. And then by the end of this week, I'll probably bring it up to 113, maybe 114-ish. Next week, hopefully we'll bring it up to around 120, and then I'll go into another rest week. Yeah, and then from there, I mean, we're starting to count down the days until season starts. My first big race block is going to be in March when I go to Greece, and that's going to be 3 weeks of UCI racing. There's going to be, I think, six UCI days, maybe 7, and then 1 like local crit day. So it's all gonna be fun stuff. Anyways, trainer ride today. I'm going to be fueling about 80 grams of carbs an hour. I'm gonna work more on my race strategy. So I'm using Science and Sport. I know a lot of people are like, make your own drink mix. Is what it is. Our team actually gets, if we want to, we can use Hammer Nutrition. I just don't really like Hammer, I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't really sit well with my stomach, like just ugh. It doesn't sit well with my stomach. And then on top of that, not really a fan of like the heat and all and their gels, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like they're just a little bit behind on the science, but it is what it is. So I'm a Science and Sport guy, sponsored athlete with the feed, so I like using Science and Sport through them. And yeah, let's go ride. Good old cappuccino. Y'all can hate on my latte art. It's totally fine. I'm not the best. Still learning how to do latte art. Anyways, yesterday's ride was super good. Let's break down some of the stats really quick. Let's look at what I actually did. So that Paceline Tempo, that's a fun workout. I might give a breakdown video on how to do that workout. It's super fun, but overall, so I did a 40-minute block of it, 5-minute rest, and then a 50-minute block of it, and then that was my workout. And then I just did endurance the rest of the time. Well, for 90 minutes, that's because that was the whole interval. Technically, it was 90 minutes long. Even with that 5-minute rest in there, I still averaged 296 for an hour and a half power-wise, which is bang on in the middle of my tempo zone. So my tempo zone is 270 watts to 322 watts. So I mean, it's just, Yep, just right in the pocket. Like, super good stuff. But that first 40 minutes, let's see. Dude, Training Peaks has been so slow lately. And I've had issues. Like, when I've written stuff for athletes, it didn't actually, like, save. All right, so the first 40 minutes, I ended up, if I look at Training Peaks really quick and I dive into that, I ended up doing 370 watt, or 307 watt average. That's better than I thought. Huh, interesting. And then if I look at the 50-minute portion, so for 40 minutes I did 307 watts, and for 50 minutes, so 5-minute break, and then I jumped right back into it, it ended up being about 304. So, I mean, a 3-watt difference. It's really nothing. So that's good. Again, just solid pacing, just right in the pocket. For me, I mean, it's about 4.5 watts per kilo. So I'm weighing in about 152 right now. I had definitely gained water weight over the Christmas break. So I've been about 151 to 152. The weight's a little stubborn to come off, but I think I'll start dropping here pretty quickly. But yeah, I fluctuated up to 154, and then yesterday was 155, but today I'm back to 152, so just a lot of water retention, nothing crazy. But yeah, I mean, that was a solid workout yesterday. It was 212 TSS. I think I averaged 250 for the whole ride. Great stuff. So today's ride is going to be 4 hours and 15 minutes on the trainer. Unfortunately, it's about, I don't know, 48 degrees, 50 degrees outside. Well, it's not even close to that right now. It's probably, I want to say it's 45 degrees outside. But it's supposed to be, it's kind of foggy, so it's a little sketch out there. And then it's supposed to be raining all day. So I will be on the trainer this afternoon, knocking it out. 4 hours and 15 minutes. Today is going to be just an endurance build ride. So here we have kind of the breakdown of the ride is after like a good, I don't know, 13 to 15 minute warm up. I'm just going to ride 2 hours and 15 minutes at 195, 230 watt average. So honestly, I'll probably just peg it right in the middle and do like 215. It's usually what I do, just right in the middle of the zone. Probably do 215. And then after doing that for 2 hours and 15 minutes, 55 minutes of my ride, I'll then just uptick it a little bit and ride 213 to 248 watts. So again, I'll probably peg that right in the middle, probably at like 230. And then the last 45 minutes will be 230 to 266 watts. And that will probably be right around 250 if I ride that. And then just a little 5-minute cool down. That's going to be today's ride. Planned TSS is about 169. Yeah, it should be interesting. So I'm excited. Shall see what's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, I felt good yesterday. I got a good amount of sleep. Here's my Whoop stats. If we look at my Whoop really quick, it looks like, you know, I got 8 hours and 45 minutes of sleep. I'm 68% recovered, like I'm still in the green. My HRV took kind of a hit. Resting heart rate came up from 41 yesterday to like 44 this morning, but my respiratory rate is still down in the 15.5 range. My HRV went from 122 to 102, so that definitely took a little bit of a hit, but my blood oxidation and all that is like 98%. Yeah, I mean, I recovered well. I got 8 hours, 45 minutes of sleep. I was awake for about an hour. My light sleep was about 5 hours and 45 minutes. My slow wave sleep, my deep sleep, that is, was an hour and a half. And then my REM cycle, or REM sleep, was about an hour and a half. So overall, recovered rather well. I mean, we should see on the bike, but I don't think I'll have any issues today. Had a solid dinner last night. Had lots of carbs yesterday. I think yesterday what I did was I did about I overate a little bit on carbs, but I did about 820 grams of carbs for the whole day. That includes my ride. 39 grams of fat, and then I did 112 grams of protein, and that puts me about 4,100 calories for yesterday. And yesterday's workout was pretty tough, so I was doing about, I think I actually ended up doing almost 120 grams an hour. Like, I fueled really well. I was doing 80 in the bottle, and then I was doing a 40-gram gel. So lots of carbs. Anyways, that is a lot of information to digest. That is something that, I mean, as a professional athlete and having to, you know, do these style of rides, you have to fuel the work. You have to make sure you recover. Like, I just don't go out and ride and be like, okay, I'm gonna eat whatever I want, and then I'll just, you know, get 6 hours of sleep and go do it again. Like, these rides are too long for that. There's too much training stress for that. Like, it just doesn't work for me. So, and honestly, it doesn't work for anyone at this level. So there's a lot of things I work on. I work on, one, sleep. Sleep is huge. If I can make sure that I get 8+ hours of sleep, that is a win. The second thing I really do focus on is, actually it's probably the first. The first thing I really focus on is nutrition. If I don't fuel my body right, my workouts suffer. So right now, I use this book called Racing Weight. Racing Weight is a super cool book. It's got lots of good information in there. They also have a matching cookbook that you can use. But I use Racing Weight book, and based off of that, you know, I was running numbers on kind of like where my racing weight is, and I know where it's at. It's about 145. So right now I'm 152, and I'm trying to get down to 145. But with this big block of riding, so basically I'm doing 21 hours this week, the recommendation is about 4.5 to 5 grams of carbs per pound for doing about 20+ hours for the week. So if I'm trying to hit 145 race weight, I'll go 145 times 4.5 puts me about 652. So that's the low end of target that I need to hit. And then my high end would be 725. Obviously I overate a little bit yesterday, but I mean, I got 2 back-to-back big rides, so it's totally fine. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on. But yeah, nutrition's key, getting in the right amount of carbs. The other thing is watching the fats, keeping the fats on the lower end, trying to keep them around 13% of my actual diet intake, which I think yesterday they were about 9% just because I had so many carbs. If I hadn't had that many carbs, it would have been about 13%. And then protein, also you got to recover. So I'm doing about 1.2 to 1.4 grams of protein per kilogram. I know I'm switching it up on you. So if I'm about, 68 kilos, times that by 1.2, that's going to give me 81. And then 68 kilos times 1.3, it's going to put me at 88. So, I mean, realistically, as long as I get about 100 grams of protein every day, 80 to 100, I'm golden. And with these bigger, harder workout days, I'm definitely shooting more on the higher side just to make sure I recover adequately. And then outside of that, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I really focus on nutrition. And then the second thing I focus on is sleep, getting good sleep. And then the third thing is just trying to keep stresses out of my life and relax and get things done. That's what it takes. So long ride today on Zwift. Yeah, let's get at it. Yeah, finally outside. Gosh, it feels like it's been forever. Today is wet though, but I don't know if you can see them. I got fenders on, bike fenders. These are amazing, and it's like 52 degrees today. I wish the sun was out, but hey, you can't win everything, right? Anyways, got wind-ups on tap today. Just 5 of them as usual. 0 to 90 RPM as quick as possible. 53-14 gearing. It's kind of what works for me. And after that, endurance, and then I got 95 minutes of tempo on tap. So let's jump into these windups right now. Those went good. Those are fun. I really do quite enjoy those. Man, it is like a California winter day. I love it. This is fantastic. Well, I didn't see this one coming. It's like mist raining. This is awful. It's starting to get cold. But it is what it is. I mean, it was a risk with it being wet and kind of foggy today, so oh well. We're in it. We're an hour 18 into the ride. I have another 45 minutes of zone 2, then an hour and a half of tempo, so I'll warm up during that. And then I'm home. Oh boy, that was a day. Dude, I was on one today. So 95 minutes, averaged, what did I average? 306 watts. I think I normalized like 309, so paced it pretty good. I just felt so comfortable. The thing about tempo is, when you're doing it, sometimes you feel amazing. And you're like, let's push higher. But no, at the end of the day, that just creates more unnecessary fatigue. Like, you get a better adaptation just getting it done versus pushing numbers. That's why it's called tempo. If you're supposed to be pushing, then you would be doing sweet spot. So, gosh, that felt so good though. Today was a win, big win. Yeah, I got rained on. Stupid weatherman. But yeah, let me just debrief really quick about what's going on the weekend and the next video. It's starting to, like, it's like misting. It's like spitting rain. Starting to do that again, but I am back in my neighborhood, just doing my 5-minute cool down. I got another, 2.5 minutes, I'm done. But you know, man, I am getting really fit right now. soon we will turn it and flip the switch and turn it into fast. But right now, just getting really super fit. Alongside that, oh, today was a win. My weight is finally on track. It's like 149 today, so that's huge. And on top of that, tomorrow's rest day, Friday, and Sunday I got more tempo work, I think, or we might change it into a sweet spot workout. It really depends. And then Saturday or Sunday, it's a long 5-hour zone 2 day, but it's pretty much what I got going on. Yeah, outside of that, man, this was a win today. Hey, I hope y'all are having a good off season. I hope you guys all had a good Christmas. Just want to wish you all a happy new year. If I don't get another video up before then, I think I'm officially over 16,000 miles for the year. So it's my biggest year yet, and I do believe I'm over 800 hours of training for the year, something like that. So big year, big win. Everything's going really good right now. Just got to keep locked into that rhythm. So, all right, well, it's been a pleasure as always. Y'all keep riding and training hard, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.